Okay, Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Kakadash, and double honors to the elders and to the apostles of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from, who I studied this truth from, on the unicorn, on the YouTube, and peace, love, and mercy, and safety to the hopeful elect who are making their calling and election sure. Okay, I just want to bring out some few scriptures, on the topic of Yahweh Shai's return, the day of the Lord, which this topic could go on for like hours, but I'm just gonna bring out some like some few scriptures, four of them. If the Spirit comes on me to bring out more, I'll bring out more. Okay. Let me see. On the blue letter. First precept is Isaiah. Here we go. So give me one moment. Okay. All right. Here's Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 66 and 15 on down. Okay. And it says, Behold, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger and fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. Okay. These Black and Christians, talking about the rapture and all that, the Lord's coming back, how they present the day of the Lord is, as unicorns and rainbows, man, all butterflies and happiness, he's coming back to save everybody, wicked or not wicked, the day of the Lord is, he'll come with fire, man. He's gonna come back with fury and vengeance, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. And it says, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger and fury. What are those chariots? The so-called UFOs. Okay, he's gonna crack the clouds and render his anger. With the chariots. With the so-called UFOs, which the so-called UFOs. Throughout pop culture and all that. Those are the chariots. The so-called flying saucers that you see on the Science Channel, sci-fi and all that. Those are the Lord's chariots. Not even on the movies. I'm talking about those sightings people be seeing on YouTube. Those videos and stuff like that, real or fake. Just some real videos. Those unidentified flying objects. Those are the chariots of the Lord. They're from a different realm. That's why they be flying abnormally, making abnormal shapes, splitting off, making, 5 beams of light, it comes, starts as one ship, and then out of nowhere, there's 5 ships, or 7, or however much, or it's one little light, and, becomes a big light, or, things, that are unexplained, because they come from a different realm, we can't explain, we can't, fathom, how the Lord works, because we're not the Lord, we're only, we're the creation, okay? Verse 16, it says, For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. So there's going to be many people dying on the day of the Lord. Okay? It's not going to be a happy day. Okay? It's going to be a happy and rejoiceful day for the hopeful elect, but even then, the elect are going to be, scarcely going to, the righteous are going to scarcely be saved. Okay? Uh, some of the elect will be martyrs. Some of the elect, they're going to have to die and be beheaded for the name of the Lord. Okay? For by fire, the nuclear missiles, because that's how that's how World War III is going to be played off, not with just tanks and, rifles and, ammunition. It's going to be nuclear missiles, man. Like a war that has never been, like a time that has never been, because World War III and the return of the Lord is going to be like a time that has never been, that has ever been on the face of the earth, that has no one has ever seen. Okay, not World War II, not World War I, or any other big events that ever happened. Clashes and stuff like that. Verse 17. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh and abomination, and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord. And that's speaking about the wicked, Everybody that's against the Lord, no matter who you are, you're going to be destroyed, by the nuclear missiles, by famines, pestilences, by the laser beams, so-called laser beams, concentrated fire, being blasted out of the chariots, or by the elect, the elect we're gonna be hunters too, we're gonna be we're fishermen right now. Hopefully, I'm not even amongst those fishermen, the men of the Lord are compared to fishermen, because we're fishing out the elect to wake up, to return to the Lord. We're going to be turned into hunters, okay? And hopefully, Aratazal, I'm one of those men, Alright, I'm going to go to Jeremiah. Let me see. Jeremiah 30. Verse 7. It says, Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. That's speaking about the elect, when Jacob's trouble comes, okay? And Jacob's trouble has already started, okay? If you haven't seen it, if you don't notice, we're in the year of prophecy. Okay? Alright, I'm going to go to Isaiah chapter 13, verse 6. It says, Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. You hear that? The day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction. Okay? That's the day of the Lord. It's not going to be like how these Christians, wacky-tacky Christians, be explaining the day of the Lord, Woe unto those who seek the day of the Lord. You Christians, you guys think the day of the Lord, he's going to come back and save everything, save everybody, make, restore everything. He's going to restore everything, but first by fire and bloodshed, and, through the burning of the elements, the melting of the elements, which is, the nuclear missiles, melting all the elements, all the the plastic waste, all those McDonald, how do you say, not fiberglass, styrofoam cups, and all those, waste products, just, all the, those trash hills, how do you say it, trash hills, dumpster piles, it's like, garbage disposal places, those places where they just dump a lot of trash. The word escapes me. the trash mounds, all that has to be burnt and melted back into the ground, and filtered out with fire, okay? With extreme heat, and all the wicked, all the sinful people, they got to die, their blood has to be shed so they could come back. The Lord could restore them back with a renewed mind, and then the heathens of the other nations, they're going to be put into slavery. And Esau, Edom, the elites here in America that are going to survive the nuclear holocaust, the day of the Lord in their bunkers. They're going to be, we're going to take them out. We're going to drag them out of their crevices, their little places where they survived the day of the Lord, and we're going to put them into slavery, into work. Okay. This is verse 7. Therefore shall all the hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. Okay? The strong and mighty men here in America, in Babylon the Great, the Hulks, the mighty men like LeBron James, he's mighty, he's big and strong, people like him, the weightlifters, the mighty men, rich people, the rich men, people with great power, carnal power, they're going to be, their hearts are going to melt, they're going to have no defense, okay? They're going to, be having their, so-called, their pants down because, they can't do nothing, the Lord's here, and they're going to face judgment for the wicked ways. This is verse 8. And they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one another. Their faces shall be as flames. And that's, the nuclear missiles, melting their faces, man. Literally, Let me see. Let me get Amos. So the day of the Lord, man, it's not going to be all unicorns and rainbows, man. All, it's not going to be, a good day. As in, it's not going to be a, peaceful day. It's not coming with peace, but with the sword. Okay? Rakazar, get that scripture out, But I want to get Amos 5 and 18. And it says, Amos chapter 5, verse 18. Woe unto those that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Woe to those, the Christians, the so-called Christians who think, the day of the Lord is going to be all, like I said, all happiness and all peaceful, It's darkness, it's going to be dark, the moon shall not shine its light, and, the sun, roughly paraphrasing, is going to be darkened. Okay, that's the day, those movies, the apocalypse, when the apocalypse happens, what is the setting of those apocalyptic movies, It's, the sky is dim and, it's, it's dark. It's not like pitch black, but it's dark, it's all dim, That's going to be the day of the Lord, man, Okay. Maybe one more scripture. Get it on my tablet. All right, this is Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. It says, do not think that I came, Slaki, King James, Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. Think not that I come to send peace on earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword, all right? Yahushua is going to come back, not with peace, not with peace treaties. He's going to come back with the sword, man. He's not coming back to, how do you say it? He's not coming back to, deal with everybody, man. He's coming back to do away with the wicked, literally, and save his remnant, his elect, his chosen, okay? And what's that word? He's not coming back to compromise, he's not coming back to discuss what's, he's not discussing, he's not going to be discussing, maybe we could work something out with it. No, the Lord's coming back, breaking the clouds, and destroying everybody that he's not going to stop and discuss with nobody, man. It's all action. He's discussing, he's speaking right now, all right, through his men, all right. He's pleading with the nation of Israel through his prophets right now, He's speaking through his men right now, But the family of the word, when that hits, when that comes to pass, it's going to be too late. Everything's, the Lord's going to take action, the judgment's going to come upon the earth, all right? The elect will be sealed, okay? All right, the internet's still up, YouTube, you can still get edified and built up in the spirit, okay? So you still got time, but not very much time, seeing all the prophecies coming to pass. The mark of the beast is, right in front of our faces, So that's why you need to get built up each and every day, stay diligent, all right? We ain't got very much time. You ain't got we all ain't got very much time. So, hasten and fasten your spirit to, to the scriptures, man. And get closer to the Lord. Fast and pray. That the Lord keeps the spirit on you, okay? I hope that like that they edify. Call out Yahweh Shem Yahshai. Until next time, I'm going to say shalom.